When I was your age, I was very clueless. I had no one to ask these questions. And I didn't have the resources that you guys have today. In fact, I didn't even know TEDx existed until I was 19 years old. And you already know it this age, so you guys are way ahead of me. So why am I doing this? Well, basically, I see myself in one of you guys, and I really want to give back to the community. So the most important thing, you guys are here. What will you get out of it? Simply, you'll get my experience. You'll get 15 years. You can't live another 15 years and experience what I have. Because I've been through failure, I've been through successes, heartbreaks, and joys. So the first one is basics. You have to make friends, but make the right friends. When I was in high school, I made a lot of friends, but these friends enjoyed seeing me cry. They would make me cry every week. They would say something really dumb, they would insult me, and they would make me cry for the joy of it. And then they would use it as a running joke, that he's a crybaby, he's a mama's boy. I was. And I cried not because their words hurt, but because I thought they were friends. The friends don't insult you, you know? So make the right friends. If that person is a negative friend, get rid of them. The second one is study smart. I'm a scholar. I'm under Hong Lim Scholarship. How did I get that scholarship? I didn't memorize all the books, and I didn't read everything. What I did was studying smart. People like to study by memorizing stuff. That's not going to work, kids. You have to learn how to study and how to score. There are things you can do that can increase your chances of getting a better grade. If you memorize and do well, that's great. But when you enter university, I can tell you, you're going to fail if you do that. The third one is to help others. I've lived all my life thinking that no one wanted to help me, and I felt resentful. But what I'm supposed to do when I'm here is to help others, so that you guys can help others as well. Please remember that when you help others, it's a very good thing, not only for others, but for yourself as well. The fourth thing, spend more time with family. When my grandmother passed away, and I was 13 years old, I saw tears in my dad's eye. I would ask my dad, well, what did you learn from all this, and how was your relationship with my grandma? He said he had a very enjoyable childhood, and he would always spend time with my grandma and my grandpa. And I learned something that day, that my parents are growing old, and I'm growing old as well. One day I won't be seeing them anymore. One day I can't hear their voice anymore. One day I can't feel their touch anymore. I know parents can get annoying sometimes, but they're doing that because they love you. And when the day comes that you don't feel their love anymore, you will feel emptiness. So at your age, spend more time with your family rather than with your friends, because your friends will live as long as you, or your parents will grow old. So, long-term and short-term goals. A lot of people, a lot of elder people, they ask the wrong questions to the young people. Hey son, what do you want to be next time? What's your ambition? Then you're forced into thinking, I want to be an engineer, I want to be a doctor, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be Donald Trump, whatever. But that's the wrong question. We should be asking, what is your long-term goal? It has to be something simple. It can be, I want to be happy. I want to help others. My long-term goal is I want to grow old thinking that I have done something significant for the human race. I want to do something that can be remembered in history. I don't want to grow old and think that I did nothing with my life. You know, that's a very sad life. When I went to an old folks' home and I asked these old people, what do you regret most? Living a life that I didn't choose. Living a life that I chose wrongly. Living a life that I made fake just to make people love me. That's wrong. Think about it this way. Don't have a concrete idea of what you want to be. Think about it this way. I want to be happy. I want to be joyful. I want to help others. That's something simple. Then the short-term goals come in. If you want to be happy, what do you do to make yourself happy? Do those things that make you happy. The second thing is build interests. A lot of people think that interest comes like that. You spend time in school, you spend time in extracurricular activities. I'm interested in music and all that. No, think about a time when you had an interest. You had to build it, right? You don't just like music because you've never heard it. You like music because you've heard enough of it. So the same goes when someone asks you, hey kid, what's your interest? I don't know. When you say that, it means you've not spent enough time finding it out. start early. The third one is have passion. Passion is very important. If you do something without passion, you might as well not do it at all. Because when my grandfather told me that if you want to do a job, do it well, but you need passion to do it. Don't believe for a second that passion is not enough for you. Passion is everything. If you want to help others, you have to be passionate. You don't just help others to get fame. You won't like it. Fourth thing is help others. I'd like to emphasize this again. And the fifth one is continue number 3 and number 4 indefinitely. Excellent. So at this age, I'm sure most of you are afraid of gossip, and a lot of you share gossip. So opinions of others, how do you handle it? The first one is, think about it this way. If you want to handle opinions, don't think about it, I won't care. That's the wrong mentality. When you say, I won't care, you will care more. The way to overcome this is by caring about the things that truly matter. If someone says, you're ugly, that's an insult. But if someone says that in a way to help you, for example, they might not use the word ugly, but they'll use the word, you're not fit, or you're not smart enough, you're not this, you're not that. Think about it. If it's true, change yourself. If it's false, do number 1, care about the things that truly matter. Handling expectations and failure. I know that there are some parents here, we expect a lot from our kids. And I know that someday you guys will be parents too. But don't put this pressure on your kids. Don't expect too much. Let them expect on their own. Have expectations, set them high but not too high. You can't be the president of the United States tomorrow. Okay, it doesn't work that way. You have to set an expectation where you can build it up at every stage of your life. And then when it comes to it, you've achieved it. The second thing is, failure is a lesson. I know this sounds cliche, but take it from me, I failed a lot of times. I failed in this scholarship, I failed in going overseas, I failed in getting my parents' approval, I failed in getting girls, you know. It's all a lesson, you know. It's life. That's what the beauty of life is. If everything was perfect, it would be boring. There would be no room for imagination, right? If everything went according to your plans, it's a boring life. Things must go right, and then that's when you enjoy the highs and lows. The next is, success is a process. A lot of people think that success is a destination. If I get all A's, or if I get 45 out of 45 for IB, I'm a successful person. No man, you're gonna fail. Success is a process, my friends. It's a long-term thing. When you're 80 years old and you look back, that is success. You get 45 out of 45, so what? Right? You can go to Cambridge and Oxford, so what? What are you gonna do with that? Right? It's not achieving things, it's in the process of achieving things. Like this TEDx talk. By the end of the day, you finished it. So what? But what was the thing that you learned in the process, the friends you made, all the things you learned in the process? That's what matters. Success is a process, not a destination. Just remember the 2 slides. Okay, next one. Self-improvement. Okay, start now. A lot of young people think, I have years ahead of me, I can start later. Start now. When I was your age, I was playing computer games all this time, you know. And my parents told me, hey boy, what are you doing? I would say, I'm playing a game. No, you need to study. You know? I would say, no, I want to study. I want to do this. My parents should have said this. You should improve yourself. The language you use will influence your child. Your child will not listen, but your child will imitate. If your parents do something, your child will imitate you. If you tell them to do something, they won't do it. So the first one is learn languages. I think most of you guys know that I can't speak Mandarin. I'm learning. My first language is not English. My first language is Cantonese. And today I can speak English quite well. I'm speaking in front of you without any worries. But I know some of you in the crowd can speak 5, 6, 10, 50 languages, I don't know. But if you have the chance, if you have the resources, go and learn a new language. Go and learn Chinese, go and learn Spanish, French, German, Italian, Persian, whatever. Second thing, learn skills, cooking skills, driving skills, swimming skills. These things are important. You guys are young, your body is trained to adapt fast. You can play basketball, you can learn how to do this, you can learn how to talk to people, you can learn how to speak, you can even learn how to draw. These things are very important. Schools don't emphasize this enough. The third one is self-love. I see a lot of memes on Facebook nowadays, and most of it is about depression, about killing yourself. Guys, please don't share these kind of memes. It's very toxic. Love yourself. Do this every morning when you wake up. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, I am the best version of myself today. No one else can compare to me, and I can do my best. If you tell yourself this every morning like I have, your confidence will go up this high. And let me tell you something, kids. A lot of people nowadays, they're not very self-confident. They look confident on Instagram, right? They take a nice picture by the beach, by the car, or by a shop. It's all lies. You know, when you tell them, hey, are you confident? You know, they can't say anything. You know, they'll freak out. So you need self-confidence. Build it today, go in the mirror, look at yourself. Fourth one is read more. I read 2 books every week, and my favorite book is by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. If you were to read one book in your life, I recommend that is the book you should read. No other books compare to Dale Carnegie's book. And if you can, buy his whole series and read it. I'm not affiliated with him, by the way. And the 5th one is exercise. As you can tell, I'm quite thin. But if you met me years ago, I was quite fat. I didn't believe in exercise. I thought, exercise. Who needs exercise? But then I heard about the many diseases that you'll get and the shape of your body. And I realized girls don't like fat guys. I was like, oh God. I looked at myself in the mirror, I was like, oh my goodness. I need to change myself. Go to the gym, exercise. It's very important for your mental health and for your own physical health. The last one, compete with yourself. Don't compete with others, my friends. You'll always beat others. That's easy. But to beat your past self, that's difficult. Try beating your old self. Try timing yourself. Try beating yourself. You'll know how difficult it is. And opportunity knocks. A lot of young people, they play their phones nowadays. They go in the war, they didn't know. But opportunity is everywhere. Your parents are here, you can listen to them, you can ask them what they did. Opportunity is everywhere, the internet is here. Have you guys heard of youthopportunity.com? Go and search that website, use your phone. There's so many opportunities there that you guys can take. Try out new activities. Model United Nations, that's what I did. Without Model United Nations, I wouldn't be standing here confidently speaking with you guys with nothing in my head. And if I told you guys that Toastmasters, debate, public speaking are all very key things that will put in your resume, then you guys will thank me in the future. Moving on. I know this is funny. Happiness is a passive thing, right? Most people think that. Wrong. Happiness is an active thing. You don't just be happy all the time. I mean, if you're happy all the time, then you're mad. Okay? You need to be sad, you need to be angry, you need to be happy. There are times when I was young, I thought, Ma, Pa, I want to be happy all this time. Then my mom said, then you're crazy. Then I was like, yeah, I want to be crazy then. But no, guys, it's the truth. My mom and dad, they are way ahead of their time, and they say this, it is not a passive state, it's an active one. You can choose to be happy, or you can choose to be sad, or you can choose to be you. It's all up to you. And always talk about ideas. I have a friend, he was very popular back in high school. He would always gossip about people. This girl is ugly, this girl has this girl has that. That guy, he has a nice car, that guy has a girlfriend. But ask yourself, does it matter? Always test yourself with this. When you're talking to someone, always ask yourself this. Will it matter in 10 years' time? If the answer is yes, continue. If the answer is no, forget about it. It's a very simple metric. Someone says, you are stupid. In 10 years' time, will I still be stupid? No. Okay, thanks, bye. It's very simple. Young people like to complicate things. You know, when I was speaking with a young guy, what do you want to be next time? When I was back before this, before I learned that you shouldn't ask this. Oh, I want to be a doctor. How? Doctor Law? See, kids are so innocent. We can learn a lot from them. They don't care about now, they care about the future. Whatever happens then is then. So you guys must ask yourself this. When someone says something about you, is it true? Does it matter in 10 years' time? If the answer is no, then forget it. Do something important. And then, the third one. You matter most to yourself. This is a hard truth. No one else will care about you more than yourself, not even your parents, because they have to care for themselves as well. Learn to take care of yourself. Learn to know how to pay your bills, learn how to do this, learn in advance. Know your skills. Okay, my time is almost up. So yes, I just want to leave this by saying thank you very much for listening, and I hope you guys can learn from all this. Thank you.